Did Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt have a final showdown before reaching a truce in their divorce battle? Those are the claims coming from a new tabloid cover story. A rep for Pitt confirms to Gossip Cop that it's all untrue. The cover of Women's Day New Zealand dramatically announces secrets next few weeks, but it took one final explosive fight before the furious pair could call a truce. A so-called well-placed source claims to the Gossip magazine that Jolie and Pitt had a showdown after spending a grueling 18 months trying to settle their divorce. They had to get out their own anger with each other to finally get to a good place, contends the outlet's supposed snitch, who continues, they came face-to-face without their lawyers, and Ange told her ex she had some things to get off her chest. It was a screaming match for the books, with both of them yelling as only passionate artist-type parents can. Gossip Cop has no idea why the publication thinks only passionate artist-type parents can have such a screaming match, but more curious is that it's never stated in the story just when and where this dispute allegedly occurred. Instead of providing that pertinent information, the source, who was perhaps hiding under a couch or in the closet, goes on to recount the purported conversation between the estranged spouses. Ange told Brad it drove her crazy that he was swanning around Los Angeles all holier than thou, and said if he would have listened to her and gone to rehab earlier, their marriage might have been saved, but he didn't do it until it was too late, alleges the tabloid's questionable insider. As for Pitt's side, it's claimed the actor argued she should have been there for him when he was struggling, as she promised in her marriage vows. At some unspecified point following the supposed nasty spat, the magazine claims Jolie and Pitt cooled off and agreed to work together to finalize their divorce and custody arrangements. The outlet deems it a big step for the pair, who weren't on speaking terms since Jolie filed for divorce and a child abuse investigation was sparked. The publication then cites an insider, who is quoted as saying, "The terms of the divorce are now agreed. They are being finalized by both legal teams but will be filed within weeks." But this full quote, which goes on at length in the story, is actually plagiarized from The Sun, which was the first to claim last week that Jolie and Pitt had reached a truce and were finalizing their settlement. As Gossip Cop reported then, however, that report about Pitt and Jolie settling their divorce was largely inaccurate, with a Pitt confidant telling us on the condition of anonymity that the claims were total speculation, as there were no real, imminent plans to finalize the divorce in a matter of weeks, as was alleged. Now Women's Day has not only copied the misinformation, but embellished it even further with this tale about Jolie and Pitt having a final showdown before reaching this non-existent truce. A rep for Pitt confirms to Gossip Cop that this argument described by the tabloid was entirely manufactured. Additionally, some of the claims in the article are easily contradicted. For instance, while the magazine maintains the stars hadn't been on speaking terms since the divorce filing, people reported more than a year ago that Jolie and Pitt were talking again and had communicated with each other directly. And though the outlet is making it seem like the actress and actor have spent a grueling 18 months at each other's throats, the Blast reported in February that Pitt and Jolie's settlement negotiations were very amicable. Between the plagiarism, the showdown, a Pitt spokesperson confirms on the record is made up, and the claims that are proven false by reporting from far more reputable outlets, it's evident the outlet's unidentifiable and untraceable, well-placed source is either woefully uniformed or perhaps entirely invented. In either case, it's apparent this cover story has no merit to it.